are doing Bolognaise, classic dish, some ground beef is the base of it, with some linguine, spaghetti, whatever you like as your pasta. You can even do it with any kind of pasta pretty much. For the sauce, we'll get a tomato sauce, tomato base. So again, you know, whatever you like. This is just crushed tomatoes. You can buy like entire ones and then chop them up. You can do it fresh, but this is just a kind of a quick, you know, weeknight sort of a dinner. So yeah, we just use what we have, which is linguine, kind of crushed tomatoes in this case. For the sauce, I like to start with some shallots. Now again, if you just have like regular onions, you know, you can use that. Obviously yellow onions, white onions, whatever you have will work just fine for the base of the sauce. Oregano, so I have some good quality, you know, oregano, dried oregano. Recommend that if you want to do any sort of Italian tasting, you know, dish. So the sauce, I would start chopping up my shallots, you know, kind of fry them to give them a little browning and some taste. Deglaze with some white wine that I have available as well. I have more over there if I need it. Once that sort of base of the sauce is, you know, going, then I would add the crushed tomato and oregano and let that reduce, you know, for a good long while. I like to use my cast iron for this, so that's what I use for my sauce and to kind of put things together. Of course, we also need to cook the pasta. I'm not sure if I'm on autofocus or not. Probably not, actually, I think. So for this, I have a pot of boiling water right here. I'm gonna just throw the pasta in there and cook them really al dente because they'll finish cooking in the sauce. That's kind of the trick. So I will start the pasta now. You know, throw them in the boiling water. And then I start my meatball. So again, for Bolognaise, what I like to do is sort of almost like meatballs. So I put a bit of oregano inside the meat, and you can see it right here. Right, so I put a good amount of oregano, and you can put, you know, any other spices you like. So I do like a little bit of curry sometimes. Maybe some paprika. Paprika is really good with it, so I'll probably throw like a bit of paprika, a bit of curry in here to make that meat. So we have some paprika, some curry. I'll just put that on. I like to salt the meat as well a little bit. You know, not too much. You don't want it salty, obviously, but you want it to have a little taste. And then yeah, we'll get the meat also browned. Yeah, that's probably good. So just like, you know, triturer, on dit en français, like we say triturer, which means like kind of mix the spices into the meat, add the salt. Also, I like my meat to be like kind of 90% lean. I don't really like the, you know, fatter cuts because then, or fatter ground beef, I should say, because then you get a lot of, you know, basic fat in your preparation. I kind of like the meat to just like seize on the fire and brown right away. So that's what I'm gonna do. For the pasta, I usually cook it just in boiling water. I add either nothing or just a little bit of olive oil. I just feel like, you know, they stick together a little less when you do that. So the pasta is going, the meat is mixed together already. I'm gonna start my cast iron, chop up my shallots to get my sauce started. Okay, so for the meat, let's brown the meat first, and then we do the sauce. So for the pasta, always the same rule of cutting the cooking with cold water. So as soon as you take the pasta out and into your drainer, you can just like, you know, rinse it with cold water so the cooking stops. Okay, throw in the shallots. And I'll add that to my tomato base. All right. Okay, I will add some seasoning to the tomato, so oregano mostly. A bit of salt and pepper. Oregano, oregon, I guess you call it. Okay, but yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this sauce has been reducing, you know, gently boiling for like 5, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe 10 actually, right now. So it's not much. You can reduce it more if you want. You know, the more you reduce it, the more flavorful it's gonna get. Which is fine. Also, I didn't mention, but I just put shallots today. Quick, you know, shallot reduction first to get that sort of umami flavor. Obviously, you can add other stuff like I like to use mushrooms a lot of times, like chopped mushrooms, like you know, small chunks with the shallots, you know, at the beginning, like just like get them browned. You can also add, you know, some umami flavors if you have like I don't know, like Worcester sauce or even like a little bit of soy sauce, you know, to cut it. Yeah, you can add whatever you want in this sauce to my meat, I should say. I'm gonna do it in the cast iron. Okay. Yeah, taste your sauce also to your, you know, make sure it's to your taste. If you wanna, I'll probably add a little umami flavor and a little sugar in it actually, just to equilibrate a little bit that oregano and a bit of acidity it has. Yeah, anyways, so some examples of kind of umami flavors. I have some liquid aminos here, some fish sauce, Thai, you know, sauce. I have a bit of soy sauce. Unfortunately, I don't have any Worcester sauce, or even like steak sauce would be pretty good, but I just throw a little bit of this in it. And again, just adjust your sauce to your own tastes. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to really add any broth. Maybe just a hair. So this is chicken broth. You can add, you know, whatever broth you want or have. Vegetable broth is fine. Beef broth is fine. Everything is fine. Just something to kind of, again, the cooking pasta water is usually the best because it has that starchy, you know, sort of side to it, so it's not as liquid and it adheres to the pasta a little better, but has less taste too, so, you know, it's up to you. Again, just bring that to a boil, and at this point we're pretty much, you know, a few minutes away here. Okay, so again, at this point I'm happy with the dish. What I would do from here is just basically serve it. If you have some, fresh basil, would be nice on top. If you want to even put, Parmesan cheese on top, or whatever you want to add to your pasta. But this is pretty much the dish right there. Just serve a plate. Put a little finishing touches. Adjust your salt and pepper if you want some. Put some grated cheese on top if you want some. Some fresh herbs. Again, basil goes pretty well here. And that's it. You got a meal ready in 30 minutes.